Hey guys, Paul here again. Welcome back to my Wealthy Affiliate Hub video series. Now today we're going to start adding content to our website. In previous videos we looked at search engine optimization. We integrated our website into the Google Search Console, Google Analytics platforms and Bing Webmasters as well. So today we're going to start looking at content. Now as we've done most of the initial nuts and bolts, bookwork, paperwork type arrangements set up for our website. Now it's time to start adding content. Now there's a lot of people in the web building industry will tell you that content is king. And the reason they say that is because that is what you are attracting your readers with. It's all well and good for me to have this website sitting there with nothing to look at, because I need content on there. So if I want somebody to look at my site, I need something to attract them, and that is what content is. So as we scroll down to our path to success, you'll see we've got our Google Site Kit ticked off there. That's what we did in the last video. So if you haven't got that point yet, I highly recommend you go in and find your Site Kit plugin, follow the training, get all that set up. Now the next one is we're going to do our first niche article. Class 6 for this one, if you're following along the classes. So we go here, creating helpful content that ranks. So again, Kyle, 23-minute video will talk you through all of that. What we're going to do today is we're going to start using the hub to build our content. Now the first one here you can see is some of the different types of posts that you can look at. So the 10 most popular horse breeds, they're what we call a listicle article. So they articles, so people I want to buy a horse, I want to know about horses, I want to do this with horses, what horse should I get? This is the 10 most popular horse breeds. Now I'm going to introduce you to a term that is part to do with search engine optimization. It's a part to do with keyword research, which we're going to do in a second. Is what is the search intent of your reader? Why are they searching? Most of us search to solve a problem. I want to know what the most popular horse results are. I want to know what sort of saddle is best for riding children. So then you'd write what we call a buying guide. So you'll list 3 or 4 different saddles, highlight the pros and cons of each, and give your reader the opportunity to pick one of those and purchase it. I want to know how to clean my saddle. So my search intent there is not necessarily to buy something, but I want to know, I need instructions on how to do something. Doesn't mean you can't sell to them, because you can take them through all how to clean a saddle. And at the bottom say, I used this saddle cleaner to clean this saddle. Click here if you want to purchase the same saddle cleaner. That is how you can get your sales through how-tos. We've got our listicles there, and you've got buying guides. There's all sorts of others, but they're the main 3 that we'll probably focus on to start with. And reviews as well, we'll do that too. So 10 most popular horse breeds is one we're going to look at. Now, first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that we're giving our post the best chance of ranking. Now we've touched on keywords a couple of times throughout the previous videos, but we're going to look at that in a bit more detail today. So the 10 most popular horse breeds, the Wealthy Affiliate Hub, based on the fact that we're horse riding, has given me this list of posts that it recommends that I write. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's done research for us. I've got other ones here: riding techniques, horse care and health, equipment and gear, competitions and events. You may choose to go through each of these one by one, or click around and do different ones. If you've decided that you want to do horse riding for children, then you might go in that. So, and that allows us to change that up here, 10 most popular horse breeds for children. That might be what you do, horse breeds for beginners. Let's do that. Let's do the 10 most popular horse breeds for beginners. So I go to click on my little thing here, which will take me into Jaxi, which is a keyword research tool. 10 most popular horse breeds, it's brought that over for us, and we'll check out what the keywords are for that, which is going to click along here. Any minute now that will be finished, which is done. And we can see that the 10 most popular horse breeds gets an average of 281 searches a month. If I can manage to get my page to rank 1, I can expect 48 visitors per month to that site. There is 21 other websites that run these keywords. That is not a bad thing. If you've got a 0 there, it means no one else has done it. And if you're on a particularly narrow niche, that's not a bad thing. But if you're on a niche, horse riding is not new to the world. So if you're talking about horse riding and there's 0 for that, 10 most popular dog breeds, America. Okay, well, that's an interesting one considering we were talking about horses. But anyway, we'll let that ride. So 10 most popular horse breeds for beginners. I'm going to change this slightly. 10 most popular horse breeds for beginners. Spell that correctly and find keywords. Because remember we used the hub here to narrow it a bit. Most popular horse breeds for beginners. No one really searches for that. Less than 10 traffic. So this is what I'm talking about. Our keywords are telling us not to use those. Doesn't mean we can't write this post. It just means we can't use those keywords. Good horse breeds for beginners. What are the best horse breeds for beginners? 32. There's 100 people write that. Best horse breeds for beginners. You know what? 277 average, 48 traffic, 46 USR. Anything in the 90s here is good. So I'm going to choose best horse breeds for beginners. That is the keyword that I'm going to use. So what we've looked at here is we have realigned the keywords for what we want to write about. It's just because what we're doing here is we're just finessing what we want to write about. We're not finding out whether we can write about that or not. We're just finessing. And now, according to this keyword tool, this is the keywords that more people use to search for horse breeds for beginners than anything else. They don't search for popular horse breeds for beginners. They search for best because their search intent is they want to know what's best. That hopefully makes sense to you. So best horse breeds for beginners. I'm going to copy that and come back to my hub. And in my hub there, I've still got my most 10 popular horse breeds there. So if I add that to my tasks, I'll scroll down and I've got my 10 most popular horse breeds there, which is now ready to go. So I'm going to write that article. But the first thing I'm going to do here is, because we just mentioned we don't want the 10 most popular horse breeds, I'm going to change that to the 10 what did I call that? I've lost that now. 10 best horse breeds for beginners. So I'll copy that, go back here, capitalize each of those. For beginners, there you go. So that's the heading. Please list the 10 best and most. I'm going to put the most popular in here anyway. Popular horse breeds for beginners. So the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to use AI to start with for this. Now, my number one rule for AI is by all means use it to start your post, but then always go in and personalize it, give it your own flair, do all that. Use it for the base, check that it's any technical or information you give is right and valid, and then add your flair to it. Don't copy and paste AI verbatim, word for word from your editor into your website. It is not going to work. Okay, I mean, if you don't want to do any of this, I can just copy that there. If I go up to my websites, go into my site content, I can actually just create it there. Create a new article from scratch, put in my header, off I go, start writing. So you've always got that option within Wealthy Affiliate. You don't have to go through the AI and through the hub. But if we're going through that, which has disappeared on me, where's that gone? Let me find my hub again. Lost it anyway. Let's go back to the hubs here, and we're back in, and we're down with our most popular horse breeds. So if I write that article, I've lost the thing. Having a great time here. The 10 best horse breeds for beginners. Please list the 10 best horse. I think that is another tab, but that's okay. Please list the 10 best horse breeds for those new to horse Right, let's change that slightly from the previous one. I want this, because I've got 10 there, I probably do want it to be fairly large. I'm going to go about 1,400 to 1,700 words. That'll give it a good opportunity to list for me the information about the horse. So I'm going to create a content outline here, which takes a couple of minutes to do, and we're done. So we've got introduction, characteristics of the ideal beginner's horse, 10 best horse breeds for beginners, catering for your beginner-friendly horse, embarking on your riding journey, training and resources. So this is my opportunity now to move this around and change it. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move that there. Now, the reason for that is because we talked previously about search intent. Now, my search intent here is I want to know the 10 best horse breeds for beginners. So that is the first bit of information I'm going to give someone in my post. Always an introduction, obviously, because you need to know what the post is about. But then the next thing is to introduce them to the horses that we've listed. 10 best horse breeds for beginners, quarter horse, Arabian, Tennessee, Morgan, Highland Pony, Appaloosa, etc., etc. If you want to change any of them, click edit, and you can go in and I can change that to whatever I want it to be. So if American quarter horse I don't believe is a good horse for beginners, I can substitute that for a horse that I think is, because keep in mind, this is AI writing this. This is getting this from other websites and other information. If you know better, and I mean that in a positive way, if you know better or you want to list these in a different order for your benefit or whatever, now is the time to go into your content editor and change it. You can change it in a post later on, but this is a point I'm making with AI. Don't ever take everything AI does as gospel, and feel free to change it all around. We're using this as a base and to save us some time. Reference okay. Training and resources, I'm probably going to delete because that is not really part of my search intent, and I'll do that in another post. So anything that's, you don't want to put too much in your post. You want to keep your post to there. Characteristics from an ideal beginner's horse, I'll probably remove caring as well. I don't need, this post is not about caring, it's just what are the best breeds. I'll do another post on caring for the horse for beginners and then link that off to that, because there'll be different products and that different search intent, different requirements. So all I've done here is kept it nice and simple. Next to my author settings, I'm going to use an AI author. This is going to use 1,200 of my word credits, which is okay. Pick an AI author. I want this conversation. I'm not interested in professional for one on horse riding. And then we'll create the article. Now, if it tells me that's been created, go to my content dashboard and I will see that there in draft form in a couple of seconds. So you can see that 10 best horse breeds for beginners in progress, ready to go. There's my privacy policy about me and everything we looked at. I did start my affiliate disclosure, I just didn't finish it. Okay, so I'm going to pause that because this takes a couple of minutes and we'll come back and look at the post. Okay, so that is now come back into draft mode. I can now click on this and let's see what we've got. So we've got an introduction there, 10 best horse breeds for beginners, characteristics, learning curve, embark on equestrian journey. Now this has listed the horses there, so American quarter horse, Arabian horse, Tennessee Walker, Morgan horse, Highland pony, Appaloosa, etc., etc. So it's listed all the horses there. So what I would now need to do is go in and personalize this a bit. I'm not going to do too much for the purpose of the video, but I am going to just change a few things. So I'm going to say, hey there, horse riders, and welcome to my post where we will check out my 10 best horse breeds for beginners. Why have I done that? Because I need to have my keywords in the first paragraph. That's one of the SEO things. We touched on that with the plugin the other day. That needs to be in the paragraph. What I also need to do is I need to have a header with my horse breeds in there, which I've got that. I tend to leave the numbers out on that one. And then the other thing I need to do is I want to break this down a bit so it's easier to read. So I'm not going to sit here while you, I'm not going to make you sit here while I go through and do that. I'm not going to do two, I'm actually going to go again, it's my advice today. For the purpose of this video, I'm not going to go through and rewrite it at all, to be honest. But I am going to, once I finish, show you some of the things that you might want to change and adjust as well. We might adjust the intro a bit, I think. But I'm going to spend about 5 minutes updating this, and then I'll come back to you then. Okay, so I have finished that. All I really did was just go through and put some headings into each of the pony types, and then a couple of pictures in of a couple of different horse types, as you can see. If I was writing this if you're writing this for a proper website, I would do something like, why is this good for beginners? And you could write all of that in there, make that heading 4 or something like that, or bold it, whatever you want to do. And then you would write your own information as to why that horse is good for beginners, because you're coming at from an area of expertise, and by putting your own writing in there, you're making sure that it works. You might even want to that there could be why it's good for beginners, and then you could write about what an American quarter horse is, what it is, where it's from, its origins, etc., etc. As you can see, I've used the AI here just to give me an outline of what I want to write, and then you go in and you update it all for yourself. Same with the heading, the introduction here, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to explain why choosing a compatible horse breed is crucial for beginners. It's about more than just bonding animals, it's about learning safety and the sheer joy of riding. And then I'm probably going to delete that. I don't like a big introduction. So there you go. So that's my post ready to go. I can publish that now. And publish that into Paul Rides Horses. It's a post. I don't have another account set up. Normally you'd set up a personalized account. We'll do that at some stage. Publish that, and that will be into my post. So let's go back to the hub. So if we go back to the hub here, and I log into my back office, and go to posts, there is my 10 best horse breeds for beginners. Now I can see my SEO thing. The title is generated. The description is too long. Page may be indexed. It's got follows, maybe archived, and does not redirect visitors. So SEO, my SEO plugin is happy with this one so far. Let's edit that and just do a couple of quick things that you should do for your SEO as well. We can't do it all here because we don't have enough posts. Let me convert that to blockade to start with. Now, the first thing, a couple of things, SEO things that we should always do, and you might want to write this down. We're going to need a header for our post. So if we scroll down here, some categories, we'll do the header first because that's what I just mentioned. So set my featured image. I did up a little image whilst I was playing with all the other stuff. You can put your branding on this. You can put your logo in your picture. Do whatever you want to do. And I've just done that for now. And I've got my header in there. Now, a couple of other things to be aware of here. As far as SEO is concerned, keywords are everything. We've talked about keywords all the way through. Best horse breeds for beginners is my keyword. The first thing I need to do is I need to make sure, I'm going to move this over here the whole time, because I need to make sure that, just going to update that from the, I click on replace here and open my media library, which is where these pictures are. Over here, so you've got alt text, title and description. My alt text, title and description need to have my keywords. So horse for beginners, and that was, what was that? That was a Arabian, I think. Anyway, if that's wrong, I can fix that. So copy that over there, put it in my alt text and my description. So I need to have my my keywords in my images. That is of critical importance. I need to have my keywords in my heading, in my first paragraph, and in one of the H headers, H2 or H3 headers, preferably H2. So write that down. So keywords in image descriptions, keywords in your header, in your first paragraph, in one of your headings. They're the minimum for that. I should have an internal link to another. I'm going to remove that for this point because that's what we talked about when we did our publishing. I should have an internal link to another post in my website. This is the first post, so I can't really link it to anything just yet, but that is something we'll have to come back and do. And I should have an internal link. So an internal link just gives you off to something else that people know about. So Tennessee Walker, for example, if I go to there, do another search, Tennessee Walker. There's a Wikipedia Tennessee walking horse. I'm going to select that link. And in my post, I'm going to click that, put that there. Now that's an internal link to another site. And what that does for the search engine goes, oh, well, he's being helpful. He's providing more information on stuff within his post. I wouldn't do an external link for every horse in there, but just choose one, maybe two. If you do a source for something, like if you put in specific statistics or something like that, maybe source that. That'll take care of your external link and show Google that you are finding relevant information correctly. And if you can put a video in, great. If not, it's not too much of a problem. I added a conclusion, which was just basically I changed one of the headings there. And then we need to do our metadata. So the 10 best horse breeds for beginners, that is my meta title. My keywords must be in my meta title as well. So 10 best horse breeds for beginners. And then I'm going to copy this first paragraph into my meta description. Now, what the meta title and meta description are is once your post starts to rank, that is what people will see. Let's do a search and find another post in search engines that has these keywords. Okay, 10 best horse breeds for first-time owners and riders. See that there? That's a snippet. That's not really answering our question. There you go. Best horse breeds for beginners. There are 7 horse breeds that are often touted as ideal for novice riders. That is your meta description. So they've got horse breeds for novice riders. So horse breeds and for novice riders are their keywords in their meta description. I like to put mine all at one thing. So I've got my keywords and meta description there. There you go. That is my SEO done. I've added my my featured image. I'm going to add a category. So I'm going to call this beginners. Actually, I'm going to call this horse breeds because I will break. That's a high level category. And then my tag will be beginners. So this just means that everything I do for beginners, I can put that tag on, and that way I can use that for my menus and the stuff as well. This is all probably getting ahead of us a little bit, but you know, if you come back and watch this video and as you start to build your things, you can just rewatch the stuff that I didn't put it in there. This is all SEO. So, okay, so we can update that. So that post has been updated. That will come up for you, post underneath my picture there. Or I can click on that little link there. And there's my post. So there it is, ready to go. Now the next thing I need to do is I need to go into our Google stuff that we talked about in the previous video. Where's my search console gone? It's over here. So if I select Paul Rides Horses, I then go up the top here, copy in that URL. It's not on Google because it's brand new. I'm going to say, Google, can you please find that post for me? Then I'm going to go to Bing. I'm already on Paul Rides Horses there. I'm going to go to URL inspection. I'm going to ask Bing to find the same thing. Unknown to Bing, of course it is, brand new post. Request indexing, submit. So that is now, Bing will go a long way and try and find that, as has Google. And that's it. I just wait. Couple of days, couple of weeks, whatever, until that post starts to go up onto my website. I'm telling you now, if you do one post and that's all, it's never going to show. The trick now is to keep adding more posts. So let's go back to our hub. So let's finish that all off. So in our hub here, our first niche article is what we've done. So we went in, just to recap quickly, we went into the most popular horse breeds. We went off to our keyword research tool, which was here, and we worked out the best horse breeds for beginners was the one we wanted, not what the hub suggested, which was popular horse breed, because those keywords didn't quite match. We then went through the content creator here, and we created our keyword outline using AI, and then I used AI to create the base for my post. From there, we went in, we added some pictures, I changed some of the wording, I added some headings and the like, and then we published it. The things that I didn't do, which you will have to do, is go through and totally, read through each paragraph, add in the bits that you need to do. For example, on that horse list, you would want to have probably a bit more information on about the horses, where they're from, what they grow to, how long they live, etc., etc., and then a little section on why they are the best horses for beginners. Pad all that out and then publish it as we've done. You saw in the video all the SEO stuff we did. Again, keywords in the heading, first paragraph, in one of the headers, and in the image descriptions, and then also in the meta description and meta title down the bottom there in our SEO plugin in the post. That was it. Post published, ready to go. Hope that was helpful, guys. Have a look back through this video at any time if you need, just to prompt along, especially once you get into the post editing part. Have a look at Kyle's training above in the hub as well, and it will give you a bit more information too. Apart from that, if you're writing your first content, you are a premium member now. If you've gone through all this information, seek me out up the top there. That's me. Click on me, send me a personal message, and I'll answer any questions you have as well. Okay, guys, in the next video, we're going to have a little bit more look at Wealthy Affiliate. And then after that, did I tick that off on my little plan here? I don't think I ticked it off. Ticked it off. So the next one, we'll go through the profile, and then we'll go back into more posts. We'll write a review post. We'll have a look at our first affiliate program as well to try and get some links onto our post. Talk to you then. Bye.